Okay.
Hello, my name is Leon, and if you're watching this video, I ended up doing what was tugging me in my heart to do. If you're on your voyage and you're looking to find out if Jesus is true or if he's not, then perhaps this could be a bit of a testament. In my life, there's been a couple of things that have happened to me which have been miracles, and not many people know about them, so I just felt it in my heart to share this with everybody out there on the internet, to praise the name of Jesus. uh, I'll start off with my one of the first things that happened to me, which was a miracle. I was about 16 years old, and I had a motorcycle, and what was wrong with it was the fuel tap on my petrol tank, my gas tank, wasn't blocking the fuel. So what would happen is the fuel would run down the pipe, fill up the bowl in my carburetor, go into the engine casing, and it would fill up my engine casing above the piston and below the piston. And in the morning, the one morning I went out to go and start it, and I tried kick-starting it, but the compression was really high. And then once I figured out what was wrong, I unscrewed the spark plug, and then I started kicking it so that the fuel would get spurted out of the top of the cylinder where the spark plug goes in, and would go through my exhaust and would get out of the cylinder so I could start it. But what I also did is I didn't take the spark plug out of the spark plug cap. So I was kicking it, and eventually it started, I was able to turn my motor over, and then the next thing, my bike just caught on fire. What happened was all of the fuel that had sprayed underneath my gas tank, up on my wiring harness, on my front mudguard, my whole engine, pretty much my bike was drenched in gasoline or in petrol, and it got ignited because my spark plug was still in the spark plug cap, and I was obviously sitting on the bike when I was busy kicking it. So all of a sudden, we just went up like in a ball of fire, and I knew that my bike was going to be toasted, and I was probably going to be roasted as well. And I just didn't know what to do. I was panicked, and I just said, "Jesus, please help me!" And I jumped off my bike, and I stood aside, and I blew about 3 breaths, and I blew out a gasoline fire, which is unheard of. It's actually like physically impossible. And then what's even more amazing, so I jumped off, and I was just stunned that this fire had miraculously been blown out by my stinky little, human breath. And what was even more amazing was when I took my bike off to inspect the damage, because I know that underneath the fuel tank I had all of my wiring harnesses and my coil, and I know that all of those cables would have been melted and would have started shorting. But what was so amazing was when I took it off, I got a rag and I wiped it down, and not one wire got singed, and not one wire was short-circuited, and not even the damage of the flames did anything. What I did was I just wiped the black soot off of the inside of my underneath part of my fuel tank and on my mudguard, and that was amazing. So that floored me. I was so amazed. So I wanted to share that with you. So miracles do happen, and that particular miracle happened because I called on the name of Jesus right when I needed it. I had nothing else that I could really do on my own, and he totally helped me blow out this gasoline fire with my mouth. And I certainly don't have a big breath or anything like that. So let that be a testimony for what Jesus has done in my life. And if you invite him into your life, he'll do amazing things for you too. So this is just one of the miracles. I've got a few that's happened, and I'll do that in another recording. So if you listen to this, thank you for listening to it, and may Jesus' love touch you through this. Thank you very much. My name is Leon, and this is one of my first stories.